This is Me Before Mom, the podcast that helps moms stay connected to themselves while doing the most important job they'll ever have. And I'm your host, Bert Anderson. Hi, this is Bert Anderson, and you are listening to Me Before Mom. So I've had a revelation. Actually, it's been like a year in the making. You see, my husband and I decided when my son was born 9.5 years ago that I was going to stay at home with him and, do all the stay-at-home mom things that people do. So I kind of viewed my life and my job as being the caretaker of the home and of my child all the time. So I never asked for help when it came to like doing the dishes and cleaning and doing laundry and folding laundry and, doing all like the household chores. I kind of viewed that as my job. And over the last year or so, I've started to work more on my blog and writing my book. Because I've done that, there's been like this kind of chaotic and almost discombobulated feeling that I've had because I'm still trying to be a stay-at-home mom. And for a really long time, I was like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And in reality, what was actually happening was I was not a stay-at-home mom anymore. I was a work-from-home mom, a working mom. Looks different, obviously. I don't drive into an office. I don't work from 9 to 5. I work from the comfort of my home office, writing and doing all the bloggy things that involve Facebook and Instagram and all that fun stuff. But as I was trying to juggle and do all the things, it was just this amount of pressure that I can't, I wish there was a better way to describe it. It's like your mind is trying to grasp and ask for help, but at the same time, you're like, no, I can't ask for help because I'm a stay-at-home mom and this is my job. And my job is to make the meals and clean up the meals and to do the laundry and to sort the clothes and to put the clothes away and to play with the kids. Don't forget about playing with the kids and make memories. We must make memories. The house is messy, but that's because we're making memories. And oh wait, I have a blog post due. And oh no, my blog's page views are falling because I haven't been writing enough because I've been being a stay-at-home mom too much. And I mean, it was just this like constant battle in my head. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I mean, talking about it right now, I'm even feeling like, Within, I would say, the last week, I kind of have come to terms with the fact that I am not a stay-at-home mom anymore. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. And I say that because the mom guilt was getting to be so bad because I was trying to juggle these two roles and doing it very unsuccessfully. It got to be too much. And I think that when you are making the switch from being a stay-at-home mom to, whether you're working from home, selling a product, or, maybe you are working someplace outside of your home, that feeling that you have essentially switched roles, it's really hard. It's really hard to do that switch. And there's this guilt that you feel as a mom because you feel like, your whole life you've been doing everything for your children and you still want to be doing everything for your children. And it's almost like this lie that you're the only one who can do it. I almost felt like I am the only one in my house who can fold clothes and put them away. And when the laundry would get to be out of control and my husband would help me, I almost got mad at him. Why are you touching the laundry? Like, what are you doing? That's my job. Same thing when I decide to let the dishes pile up in the sink and on the counter and he decides to clean things up. I almost am like, oh my gosh, like I feel bad. Like, oh, I can't believe I let him do that. I totally could have done that in the morning. That should have been me. I should have been doing that. And then I beat myself up. But you know what? I'm not the only person in the house who is capable of doing these things. I am not the only person in the house who is capable of making memories with my children either. Yesterday, actually, I was cleaning up after dinner. It was getting to be late, but the kids were outside with my husband. And I think they were playing basketball. I'm not quite sure, but I kept looking at the clock and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a school night. He's not bringing them into bed. He's not bringing them into bed. Oh, they're going to be crabby. Why is he not bringing them into bed? And then I felt, well, it was like, okay, well, I should be the one who's out there making memories and playing with the kids. You know, I'm the mom. That's my job. And then something stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, you know what? It's okay for the kids to have memories with their dad where I'm not there. I don't have to be all the things for all the people in my life. And I feel like all too often that is kind of what I'm trying to do. I've kind of succumbed to believing the lie that as a woman I must do all the things in life and they must be perfect. And if they're not perfect, then clearly I am failing. Do you feel like that? So what have I done to kind of get over this? Honestly, I think I've become more aware. I've just kind of come to the realization that I am not a stay-at-home mom, like I said, and it is okay for people in my house, my home, my family to help out and to share the responsibilities of life with me. And it even goes outside of the home. Like if I can't take my kids to a birthday party, for example, but I know that my friend's kid is going as well, and I know the parents, and they volunteer to take my child. And I don't know if this happens to you, maybe it doesn't, but isn't there this twinge of guilt that you feel that you're like, oh, I really should be able to do that on my own. I shouldn't ask for help. And I feel like it's because we have this lie that we tell ourselves that we have to be able to do all the things, like we're these superhumans who are able to be in 3 different places at once, and it's not normal. I've started to become more aware of what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. And when it matters to be there and to do stuff, and when it doesn't matter. I don't have to be there for every single practice. Should I be there for every single game or performance? Yeah, I should. And that's when I should try to be there, because that's when it matters. Because when your kid turns around and they see you sitting in the crowd, they're like, they're there. My mom and, whoever else, they're there. They may not have been, with me at every single practice, but they're there when it matters. And I think that there is kind of just this sense of stress that we put on ourselves as moms to be all the things to all the people. I mean, have you ever noticed that that's kind of like a phrase that people say a lot? Like, I'm trying to do all the things. We don't have to do all the things. We don't have to do all the things. We don't have to be all the people. We don't have to fulfill all the roles, in life. We don't. So I'm being more aware, and I'm allowing myself to ask for help more often and to be kind to myself. Because I know I talk about being kind to yourself all the time, but I really feel that at the core, especially as we age and our kids age and our roles in just our lives change, you have to be willing to give yourself a little bit of a break to not be perfect, because nobody's perfect. And you're going to be so miserable trying to achieve this standard that nobody really can achieve. I mean, life is too short to sit and try to do all the things with, mediocrity. I would rather try to be there when it matters. And that's totally up to you. I mean, what matters for me, may not be the same as what matters for you. What matters to your kid isn't going to be the same thing that matters to my kid. So I think you have to like pick and choose the things that matter and the things to focus on. So, if you have a really messy house and you feel like you're the only one who does all the chores and you're trying to juggle life all the time, you know what? You can say, hey, I'm doing something else too. This is not my full-time job. Like, we are a family and everybody can pitch in and help, especially if you have older children. Obviously, if you have little kids, it's hard to get them to do anything, but you would be amazed at how a 3-year-old loves to help. So whether you're working or if you're working from home or if you have a part-time job or you're staying at home, I think even if you're staying at home, mom, you have to be able to do things for yourself. That's just for you, because I think all too often we view motherhood as this, that we have to just be constantly sacrificing everything and giving it our all in order for it to matter. And what I want you to hear me saying is that the fact that you're there and you're present, it matters. That's what matters. I used to beat myself up because I'm not a crafty person at all. I just am not. I don't make memories with my children by doing craft projects. I just don't. It's never been me. It's just not who I am. But can I play with them and tell them stories? I can do that. And they're not going to look back on their childhood and be like, oh, my mom just sucked because she didn't do this craft with us, and she tried, but she, just really sucked. That's not how they're going to look at me. And if they do feel that way, there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. I mean, if you think about how you feel about your parents, I feel like if you grew up in a home where there was love and there was trust and you knew that you were taken care of, that's really all you want in life. That's what matters, is that you're there. And sometimes just your being there is enough for your kids. You don't have to do all the things and try to be all the things. You don't have to act like you're a stay-at-home mom when you're also working, because that is impossible. Impossible. So try to cut yourself a little slack. If you find that you're not really staying at home all the time and maybe you've had like a role reversal like I have recently, just grant yourself a little grace and be aware of the lies that you may be telling yourself when it comes to, being a mom and doing all the things for all the people. You have to be willing to ask for help to make life easier for you, because if you don't, you lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, it's hard to find who you are again. This is a very deep episode, isn't it? Can you tell I've had a lot of stuff I've been thinking about recently? Goodness. So yes, my husband helps me fold the laundry, put stuff in the dryer and in the washing machine. He also cleans up the kitchen and he tries to, get the kids ready for school on times that I can't be there because I'm doing something else. He goes outside and he plays with them while I'm not there, micromanaging him. And that's okay. And that is good. It is a good thing. Because parenthood wasn't meant to be done on an island. If you're in a situation where you are doing this on your own, and God bless you, I can't imagine the pressures. But if you have a partner in this parenthood journey, let them be a parent with you. Share the responsibility. Like, you do not have to, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you do not have to shoulder all of the responsibility of taking care of your home and your kids by yourself. Because, hopefully when, the kids are old enough and they graduate, hopefully they leave. And then where are you left? If you are doing all the things for all the people and you're not doing anything for yourself, at the end of it, where are you going to be? That's what I want you to ask yourself. So as you're trying to become more aware of just your surroundings and kind of your role in life, who you are, stay-at-home mom, working full-time mom, working from home. What does that mean? I don't know. You just be kind to yourself. Grant yourself a little grace. Do a little bit of soul searching and understand that you don't have to be everything to everyone. But above all else, be kind to yourself. Just remember to be kind to you. That's all we have. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to connect with me on bertmanderson.com and please visit our website, matriarchdm.com, for all of the show notes and to hear other awesome podcasts.